Brakti Hawa, Brakti Hawshai, Kal Hilalina Yahawa Alahena wa Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem Rakaha Korash. Okay, one of um, the brothers, or sorry, the prophets of affiliate camp of Great Millstone brought out the news, in spirit Pav Yahabashim Shai that Tesco is uh, banning cash. Now, Tesco is a major store which basically caters to anyone and everyone when it comes to all kinds of foods, fruit, veg, frozen goods, alcohol, beer, um, similar to like a Walmart, but it's similar to like a Walmart in terms of clothing as well. Okay, where you've got like um, so-called, like for example, if you want a t-shirt to sleep in, or you want to buy a pair of shorts to chill out, cheap things that you can wear around the house just to lounge in or whatever, or just children's school uniform, drawers, socks, and things like that. But for the most part, Tesco is a major player when it comes to food provisions and your basic shopping on a week in, week out basis. And they are, an old company. I believe it comes from old money. Just type in that age of. I mean, Tesco is 105 years old. It's a British multinational groceries and general merchandise retailer headquartered in Welwyn Garden City in England. The company was founded by Jack Cohen in Hackney, London, 1919. Obviously, it's owned by a small hatter. Okay, these small hatters are meant to be going through these curses, and they're meant to be saying that they are the people of the Lord when they're not. But this was founded by Jack Cohen, and all this comes from. It's all owned by the same people, but they uh, make the make it look like that each organization is warring when it comes to pricing, but they all basically just play games. They all own each organization, like Asda, Sainsbury's, Morrison's. These are similar counterparts to Tesco. Okay, but they basically own all of them. The same people, the small hatters, right? And most of these stores are created by old money. And old money, I'm talking about money that these Edomites stole, uh, especially from the slavery days, chattel slavery, the money they made from the real Israelites, okay, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Okay. Also, I was checking out a few things. These new latest movies coming out. They're usually just movies that are just like cheaply made, but nevertheless, they're giving you a hint of what's coming around the corner. 2025, Blood, White and Blue. Um, what else we got here? Excuse me. 2025, The World Enslaved by a Virus. 2025. So it's made in 2021, but it's just focusing on 2025, which is what? September the 1st is Sunday this week. Today is the 27th of August. September, October, November, December. Just under 4 months to go once we hit next week. And the scriptures say, Esau, the so-called white man, the devil, hath but a short time. Revelation 12 verse 12. And also paraphrasing another scripture, we, the hopeful elect, are not ignorant of Satan's devices and what they're trying to do and why they're trying to do it. A lot of people think it's just the advancement of technology, so cash is no longer required. I mean, you've even got small hints like in the likes of the movies like Back to the Future 2, which came out in 1987, I believe. Where they use a thumbprint to pay for uh, certain goods and services. The fashion of the future was wearing your pockets inside out. Even though they did show cash, I believe in the movie, but why would you wear? Why would the fashion be wearing the children wear their pockets inside out? You know, when you need to, don't you need pockets to carry your phone, cash, things like that? So obviously they're hinting to the fact that phones and and cash one will no longer be required. All right, okay. See the movies that are coming out. Check this one out. Lockdown 2025. Look at that, the dystopian sort of uh, look they're showing. Lockdown 2025. I don't know if I can play the trailer or not, so I'm not gonna. But you can check it out yourself. All created in 2021. Yeah, because Esau knows that that they have a short time, so they've got to get down and get busy. Because this is a major, major prophecy that's coming, that's going to happen, which is going cashless. you know, so if the major stores are going cashless and all your the equivalent of what we have here in the UK, which would be like a bodega in New York or like a liquor store in other parts of the states. What we call them off licenses in the UK. Where people come and buy their cigarettes and beer and alcohol, your potato chips and all that kind of stuff. You know, they're gonna go cashless too, right? Because it starts from the big boys and it's going to trickle down to all the little players in the game. All right, because these little players in the game have to buy from the larger conglomerates, right? For example, if they go and buy, they because when they go to like a liquor store would go to uh, what do you call, like a wholesaler to buy their foods and goods and alcohol, so they can sell it in retail on a retail basis. Obviously, they'll have to pay in a cashless manner as well, because if you've been seeing over the last couple of years, a lot of organizations, right? And sorry, not a lot of organizations and countries have been get excuse me, have been getting rid of their large denominations of money. India have been doing that. They've been getting rid of their, I think, is it 1,000 rupee notes or 500 rupee notes. The states have been doing that, getting rid of the larger denominations, and they don't accept larger notes. Their excuse will be that due to fraud or whatever, but that's the information that's given to them, because a lot of them really don't know and don't really care. Uh, Hence the reason why um, a lot of people have taken the snake juice when C19 was around. Apparently, supposedly, when C19 was there, and then on top of that, that's why they're legalizing drugs in America as well, such as weed and other things. A lot of people are basically not even in their right mind to even comprehend what's going on in the world, right? So, well, if you've been noticing that, they're trying to streamline everything according to what they're trying to make the world, you know, and the excuses are going to be time and safety, and also they're going to hint towards children going missing, pets going missing, and what they're going to hint towards is Revelation 13:16, which is the charagma, which is the CHIP. Okay, and this is the beginning stages of uh, going towards the CHIP, which is the MO to the T to the B, which is the mark of the BEAST. Okay, so this news just 2 3 days ago, um, and this is if you look at it, because we're approaching the year end, right? We're coming towards the end of summer. Children will be going back to school in a couple of weeks. Uh, your college students will be going back in about just under a month or close to a month or so, because they usually go back towards the end of September, early October here in the UK. And a lot of people are on their summer holidays using any kind of leave they have. They'll probably save maybe a week or so for Christmas, that demonic holiday, if there is a Christmas at that time, um, because we don't know what's going to happen from day to day. We're at a real crucial point in biblical in the biblical timeline where Yahweh Shemashai is going to really get it in and destroy, uh, you know, on the left hand, well, destroy this world on the left hand side, and then on the right hand side, the Lord's going to send his his angels to put in work as well, because the Lord Yahweh Shemashai controls the right hand side and the left hand side as well, pursuant to Isaiah 45 verse 7. But this is a major gut shot, to the world, you know, and it's beginning here in the UK. You've seen the race riots, that's alluding to or hinting towards Jacob's trouble, and that's going to increase. You see the racist comments that are made by Esau, the keyboard warriors on every channel uh, that's got anything to do with Jake or even a person of color. You got, you know, even though Esau is the so-called white man, is the most evilest, wickedest person, the thieves and murderers of the planet, you know, everything they have is stolen. They like copying Jake's style and listening to Jake's music, but they hate Jake's. But that's just that's just a known fact. All right, but yeah, we're coming to that point. So with the race riots and now people struggling financially, uh, people bitching and moaning about the past. They want to go back to the future. They want to go back to the 80s. You go to these old school uh, these they made these they've got like these videos online with snippets from movies from the 80s, the stuff that we grew up on, like the Lost Boys or License to Drive with Corey Haim in it, a couple of other movies, Back to the Future, Teen Wolf, and all that kind of stuff. And with that, they keep putting a whole load of 80s tracks. And you should just read the comments. Oh, I want to go back to the 80s. I want to go back to this when the world was normal, blah, 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 you know? And that's just been coming up a lot. I've seen such an increase on YouTube. And that's done by design as well to sort of put people in more of a very nostalgic, miserable mindset, which is going to amplify other people in a different way in terms of wanting the world the way it was. And that's going to amplify their anger, So it's going to have these things that are happening in the world are ingredients of uh, a hodgepodge of different things that are going to affect people differently. And it's going to ultimately lead to Jacob's trouble. Jacob, the so-called black Hispanic and native Indian man, is the prime target, but Jacob's trouble is going to be everybody's trouble. Because remember, in every nation, you've got Israelites also, uh, you know, but the Lord is going to keep his elect safe wherever they are. All right. Let's just go to the sun. Let's read this. And remember one thing: 40 stores is starting to with 40 stores. So 40 stores. What is this? I'll be damned. I'll be damned. Designer dupe. What is this? Some other garbage. Okay, Tesco axes major service at 40 stores across UK in huge shake-up for customers. Remember one thing, okay? So this is from the 25th of August. The UK, you can fit in the state of Texas 5 times. The UK is a very, very, very small island. Okay, all right. Doesn't mean it's just 40 stores here in the UK. There's hundreds, but I'm just saying. Okay, it's starting with 40, and I'm assuming it's going to be 40 that are the crucial ones across London, and definitely on the outskirts of England as well, the northern areas. All right, but it's starting. Okay, because remember we saw here. Look at this lockdown, 2025. What else we got here? Get rid of that one. You know, Armageddon, 2025. Virus, 2025. Made in 2021. Most of these movies were created in 2021, by the way. By Whoa, The World Ends in 2025 by Joseph Rosario at low price okay, it's basically a book called The World Ends in 2025. I believe it's a book by Joseph Rosario. Okay, but look at these things that are coming out. Check this one out. 2025, A Story of Survival. All right. What's that alluding to? Now we're approaching end of 2024 and they're talking about survival, viruses, lockdowns, and this, and that, the third. Yeah. So it's going towards that direction. Man. Tesco shoppers were stunned to learn a major service is set to be axed at 40 UK stores. The supermarket giant has announced a huge shake-up in a bid to cut down on queue times. I don't know what they're talking about. I was in the queue the other day and there was people queued up and they were all paying by debit stroke credit card. So, you know, obviously we know why they're doing it. It's the NWO, New World Order. Cash will no longer be accepted as a form of payment at 40 Tesco cafes across the UK. However, the move has been met with fierce criticism from some customers who dubbed it a mad decision as reported by The Telegraph, which is a major newspaper. It comes after Tesco revealed that it comes after Tesco revealed they would be going cashless at their cafes within 40 UK sites. Shoppers will also have to order their food and drinks on a digital self-service screen. But Martin Quinn of Camp But Martin Quinn of Camping for Cash told The Telegraph many of the customers will be elderly or retirees who want to order in person, not press a computer screen. This is a mad decision. So this is, people are already depressed as it is because that human connection is gone, and obviously the elderly, especially Edomites, they don't really have like a. I mean, it happens across with Jake as well, but Jake, for the most part, usually take care of the elders for the most part. Um, But the elderly are retired, they live alone, they're lonely, their children have grown, they've got their own lives to lead. So sometimes they don't really touch in or catch up with their elders. And so if you've noticed when you're out and about, you might meet an older person that might be a little chatty. Not all the time. They might be a little chatty. They just want to have a conversation. Like an older lady, could be like down there 80 years old. She'll just might, just want to say, hello, how you doing? How you doing, love? You okay? You might see you know, because I remember as a child, the older generation were quite chatty. They're quite talkative. Because they're so lonely, and a lot of these elders, die alone as well in their rocking chairs, and they get out of the house to pick up their fresh loaves of bread or whatever, or their baguettes and all that kind of thing, their milk, just to get out of the house to say hello to people, to get their body moving, and they're just trying to you know and a lot of them don't even know how to use a cell phone, even from if it was from 1995. They don't know how to use it, because they're old school. You know, it's going to affect them heavily as well. You know, and Sarah Gayton of the National Federation of the Blind of the UK charity added, "It's absolutely bonkers and totally backward step. Cafe sites in Oldham, Sheerness, Newmarket, and Ashford have so far welcomed the change to their stores." All right, these are northern stores, I believe, northern part of the UK that welcomed their stores. Human customers have expressed their anger on social media since the rollout. One penned on X, which used to be Twitter, "Even if you don't mind cashless, stop being so smug and inconsiderate and think about the elderly, disabled, and those on lower incomes who budget better with cash. Then you are being kind and inclusive." Some people just don't know. Some people think the world's going to go on forever, and just a techno, it's just a change. And some people think that, uh, when we were young, we dealt with the changes in the 60s and the 70s and 80s, whatever changes there were, you know. They assume that, oh, we just got to deal with the change like our forefathers did in different eras, but they don't understand this change. What Esau, the so-called white man's trying to do is they're trying to create a real. Uh, they're trying to put the world in a real heavy demonic realm. They're trying to take it to that sort of way. Like all your nightmares, all these movies that you've been seeing over the last 20, 30, 40 years, over that we've seen online, or old school movies, new movies, or whatever. All these things, Esau's been telling you, which is revelation of the method, which is that they like to let you know what they're going to do before they do it. Is actually they're trying to make it come to pass. But there's one thing Esau, well, you know, there's one thing Esau, uh, sometimes, may not take into account too heavy because they think they're more powerful than the Most High. Yahweh Hashem is going to step in, and your new world order is not going to be successful, man. All right. And the hopeful elect want you Edomites to do this, man. Step it up. So, we want this world, you know, this rulership to end, and the rulership of Yahweh Hashem to take effect, man. Someone else explained, I took my friend who sadly has dementia. Dementia is a disease which the elderly sort of forget things quite quickly. So sometimes they don't recognize who their children are, or who their spouse is. So, for example, a husband won't recognize his wife, and a wife may not recognize her husband. Someone else explained, I took my friend who sadly has dementia shopping, something she enjoys on a good day. She insisted she wanted to buy me lunch, and so we went to the cafe counter only to be told to order and pay at the machine. We walked to the machine and she started crying. A Tesco spokesperson told The Sun the move has been implemented to offer a better experience for customers. Well, they're saying that they're offering a better experience for the customers, but the funny thing is these guys are not listening to the customers. Wasn't they saying the customer's always right? Well, that doesn't really, that doesn't really work anymore. The customer's not always right. Okay, the citizen's not always right. Okay, the human is not always right, because these people don't care about your feelings, how you are, what you need, how you want the world to be, that you need a better job, that you need money, because this world is gonna go into a real heavy change. Okay, all those dystopian movies that you've been watching over the last few years, they're all gonna come to pass to a certain level. It's not gonna go that heavy-handed where, Esau, the so-called white man's gonna get a stronghold over the world, and that's that. It's their rulership forever. No. Okay, Yahweh Shem Shai is going to step in. Okay, all right, because remember, the scriptures don't lie, and Yahweh Shem Shai said he's not a man that he should lie. Because 2 Ezra 6:9 lets you know that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, Esau is a so-called white man, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, meaning that we have rulership next. Okay, this world is going to change in terms of who will be managing it next. Okay. Okay, like the scriptures say, that the people mourn when there is a unrighteous or unfair ruler. When the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. You know, but when the righteous are, ruling, the people rejoice. Paraphrasing a scripture there. Because the kingdom to come, even the heathen are going to be happy after 1,000 years. But the so-called white man for 1,000 years is going to be in hard. So the heathens are going to be in slavery too for 1,000 years, right? But the so-called white man after 1,000 years is going to be deleted. They're not going to have a portion of a land where they can live and pay tribute to us, but the heathens will. But the so-called white man, they're just going to be deleted, And then once they're deleted, their souls will come back, and the other nations, the other 16 nations, obviously, because there's 18 nations. Esau will be deleted, which makes it 17. The other six, they'll come in with the other 16 nations. Okay, but they won't be Israelites ever, though. They won't come back as Israelites. No way. That's the heathen, But the so-called white man, that image, the energy, their spirit, the way they look, those people will be deleted forever after 1,000 years. So they've got nothing but hell coming. Hence the reason why they're trying to amp things up quick, which is good. This is what we want them to do, right? Tesco bans cash in part of stores, sparking backlash from some shoppers. Some customers have threatened to boycott the supermarket giant after it was revealed that 40 cafes across the UK would no longer accept cash payments. Okay, but this is really touching on the cafe part. I thought it was this whole store, all right, but it doesn't matter. But the fact is, the cafes is a major part there. So what they're trying to do is, they're trying to like put it in slowly in all the major stores. Okay, you go completely cashless there. You only have one checkout with a human being there that will take cash. The rest of them are self-paid terminals where you got to pay for your goods and services. So if you're doing shopping, general shopping, there's like let's just say there's 20 terminals there, right? And there's only one human being, a checkout person that will take cash, right? So therefore, that line will be huge and long. So that's gonna uh, be used as an excuse, saying, okay, yeah, well, we need to go cashless because a lot of those terminals are self checkout and they don't take cash. So therefore, or to speed up the process, just use credit or debit cards. You know, um, and even if they do have a self checkout terminal, you can pay with cash. That they only on purpose have like one or two terminals, and the other 18 will be uh, credit or debit card. Okay, but what they're trying to do is they're just starting off with the cafes first, where it's just completely cashless. You don't even have like even an opportunity or a choice to even pay with cash. Okay, but don't get it twisted with the when you're buying your doing a general shopping. Because I shop at Tesco, right? They hardly have they have like if they have like 20 terminals, they'll have like maybe one or two terminals that are cash based and credit and debit card based. The rest of the self checkout terminals will be debit and credit card. Okay, and they'll have like one maybe checkout person that'll be uh, a human being sitting there on a cash till dealing with the elderly, and that line will be huge. Okay, so there's a lot of elements they're trying to put in there as well. um, in terms they're just going to say that it's for safety, it's for time, um, it's for making things more quicker, more speedier. And but as a whole, they started with the cafes, because you got a lot of people that eat at the cafes every day, and Tesco is a major player when it comes to uh, so-called food shopping experience, as well as eating out. If you're with your wife and children, or you're going out with your lady, and you just want to, I don't know, if you're just out and about grabbing a few things from the store on a Saturday morning, say, you want to grab yourself, I don't know, what they call in the UK a fry up, or maybe, I don't know, some poached eggs or whatever with some toast. That's where people go, and they're usually quite packed. You want to grab yourself a croissant, it's quite packed. So yeah, it's starting. And we're going to see over the next few weeks and months, this is going to amplify. But we'll see how the Lord does it. But it's going in that direction, which is beautiful, man. So Brakti Habashim Mashai for that. Brakti Habashim Mashai, period. Tesco has defended its decision to go cashless in some of its cafes, stating that the move has enhanced customer experience and has been well received. Uh, they can say anything in the news, okay? All right. The same thing, the same news that they come out with about the happy people, that they make up that people are okay with it. But if you go into social media sites and YouTube, people aren't happy with that. People don't like the happy people. They're sick and tired of these weirdos. All right. But the news can say whatever they want. Like, for example, here they're saying stating that the move has enhanced customer experience and has been well received. By who? People are moaning. People are fed up. All right. However, critics have dubbed the move as bonkers, arguing it could potentially alienate older customers. Okay. Let's see what other movies have got. 2025, 2025. A science fiction thriller series set in 2025. I'm just trying to see what any kind of the movies have got. Look at that. I just clicked on this page and what pops up through the spirit? The Neuralink CHIP. All right. That's where it's going. Which incident? Let's go to Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Right? Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And as you can see, they've already done it with this guy. All right, they're doing the miracles on the left hand side. All right, that's in the forehead. All right, but obviously it's gonna. A lot of people are gonna take in their hand as well. And people are already taking their hand. You know, that's why certain countries in Europe weren't on lockdown during the C19 period. Why? Because of, like, for example, I believe it's Sweden, where pretty much everyone is cashless already, and a lot of people in the thousands have taken the charagma, which is the CHIP, in their hand. They use it to open their car, they use it to get into their house, they use it to go into the gym, they use it to go from room to room. A lot of the security guards have taken it that look after office buildings, to go instead of carrying like a whole, uh, carrying 50, 60 keys, jingling on the right hand side of their waist, right, and a key ring. They've got basically a CHIP, in their hand to walk around at night if they're doing a night shift or whatever the situation may be, to go from department to department, room to room, you know. And that country was not on lockdown. Why? Because they've already uh, they're already sort of they're already doing the things that the powers that be want them to do. They're already, most of them have got the charagma, okay, and the charagma is a CHIP, and they want the rest of the world to follow suit, okay. 15. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Okay, the number is 636, right? Verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 score and six, which is 666. Okay. Okay, anyway, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makak, Badash. Shalom.